A lot of teams will play two quarterbacks, and they're sort of different stylistically. Are these guys the same, or do they kind of run the offense?
They're the same. I don't think 10 runs it quite as well, but he's capable. They'll run quarterback draws, they'll run quarterback sweeps, they'll do a lot of different things with the quarterback, a lot like Ohio State. They'll run a zone play one way, but the quarterback will be running the sweep the other way. And but that's usually done, with Marquise. But that's not to say they won't do it with the other kid. But they'll run their offense. They do what they do. They're very balanced. On 1st and 10 to start, they're 50-50. On 1st and 10 within, they're 50-50. On 2nd and 6 or less, they're 50-50. I mean, that's what they do. They throw the ball, they run the ball, they run a lot of tunnel screens. That we call them jailbreaks. They like screens to the back. I mean, they'll do it on any down and distance, and they're just a wide open offensive football team that creates a lot of play. Gets the ball to a lot of athletes in space, and we've got to do a great job of running to the football, and then again they're going to take their shots, and we're going to mix up our coverages and whatnot. But the other thing they do, they're very fast tempo. They'll be probably they'll be like in East Carolina or Marshall. They'll want to run 90+ plays, and so we've got to really. Our plan is just going to be, we're just going to kind of adjust as they go, when it's all said and done.
Obviously, you have to take care of the defense, but does the offense need to help you out a little bit in a game like this?
Well, yeah, I'd like to see, they've given up 70 and 50 the last 2 games. That'd be great, I'd like to see that, but I don't think that's going to happen. I haven't seen them on defense. I don't know what's going on. Obviously, I think they say they're really talented on defense. They just, they'll bust a coverage or they'll give up a big play, and obviously this is a big game, and I don't know if they'll simplify what they're doing. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but yeah, it'd be great. Last year, we played really well, against them down here. We gave up, a late touchdown. It was, but it was, 10. Gave up 10 points till the very end of the game, and I'd like to see if we can play that way again. But we didn't give up the big play last year. And that's going to be critical again for our success. We just can't get them going. But I'll say this: they're a little bit different team, I think, out on the road. At home rather. And they'll be wide open. They're going to run a reverse pass, a flea flicker. That's part of what they do. They'll run some gadgets. That's just part of their offense. They're a wide open group.
A lot of talk on Saturday was about at halftime, sort of the adjustments that were made going to the run game. What was that like at halftime? How does that happen where it seemed like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seemed like there was some sort of disconnect of some kind between what you went in planning to do and what happened in the first half?
That's exactly what happened. They presented much more movement than what anticipated. We actually tried to run the ball. If you broke down our first and second down ratios, we were 18 runs to 10 passes if you take out the 2-minute. And they did some things and defensively with some movement, and we had some plays that aren't good versus movement. And we made adjustments, got into 2 tights essentially, 2 tights, 2 wide receivers, and with what they were doing, we knew the scheme that we went to would be very good. So
was that second half of football? When you're just playing smash mouth like that, is that really fun to call as a coordinator?
Absolutely. It's much easier to run it all the time than it is to drop back and throw it. Now you got to do both, obviously, but it was a time in the game. If I would, going into it, I thought the plan was right. I didn't think that I had some mistakes in that first half, and then we were able to adjust and get back on track. So there was a couple things that I would have done differently, about 4 or 5 things that I would have done different, but we were able to adjust and get on track. I
know you guys have kind of altered the tempo at times this year, going fast, going slow. Is this a week where you would prefer to maybe slow it down just because UNC is going to want to push the tempo when they can?
Yeah, that's a great point. They have the ability to, with their tempo to go so fast, and what we got to do offensively to help the defense, we got to control the game. We got to control the clock. We got to make sure that we're trying to keep the ball in our hands and not giving them opportunities. And that'll be a challenge, just like I said. This defense, it reminds me exactly last year. A switch went on, and they played really well from our game on. And we'll have to play our tails off. We know that they play really well at home. We've got great respect for them, and it'll be a great Saturday. It'll be a challenge for sure.